A lot of influential games came out during the 80s and 90s, Street Fighter II being the most influential fighting game of all time, Sonic the Hedgehog being influential for almost single-handedly topping the gaming market, which created one of the first ever competitive gaming scenes with the consoles at the time. And let's not forget about Mario being the first to get the gaming market back on track after the video game crash of 1983. These games can be called influential, but today I'll be talking about what I consider to be another influential game. Final Fight. Final Fight is the one game that led the team at Capcom to make Street Fighter 2. Because before they made Street Fighter 2, they made Final Fight, and before that was Street Fighter 1. Of course, Street Fighter 1 was a novelty, but it didn't get the sales it needed to, exist outside. So the team created a new game called Final Fight. And they used that knowledge to create, of course, the most influential fighting game of all time, Street Fighter 2. I mean, come on. The fact that they use the same fire animation when you get burned in Street Fighter 2 is the same as Final Fight? Come on. Yeah, okay. I think Final Fight has a lot of worth for what it was going for. I mean, it was a smashing hit during the late 80s and early 90s. But it's like everyone forgot about it when Streets of Rage came out. And don't get me wrong, I like Streets of Rage. I'm literally a Sega boy. I grew up on the Genesis. But Final Fight just feels so cool. Sure, it's a short game, and there isn't much. But playing Final Fight is just a jam that I never get upset. And I've always made it a ritual to play it once every year. And that time is coming up again to play it. This game means so much to me, to its characters and to its story. Yeah, I know I went on and talked about how amazing story is in the Stanley Parable video, but sometimes the story doesn't even have to be that great to be fun. Not gonna lie. I played Final Fight so much as a kid, and I've come to even love the style even more. I think it's so fun that each character has their own unique mechanic that ties into their background and also makes it into way later games they appear in. Guy, one of the characters in Final Fight, is a ninja, so he can wall jump and go flying. Hager is a retired wrestler, so he uses wrestling moves like the pile driver and the lariat. And honestly, he is very much fun. And my favorite character to play as, Cody, who is a knife expert. So he is the only one who could pick up knives and use them, while the others immediately throw them when they pick it up. Each stage is different, but also very similar, because it's all in one city, of course, but they all feel so distinct that it doesn't feel like it's all just one cohesive level, that it's all kind of just boring and mundane. They are different just enough to think, wow, we are in a different part of the city. How did we get here? I think one of my favorite levels has got to be the industrial level, and I think it's a highlight for the whole game. Yeah, I know the Bay Area is so lovely, but the industrial area, it just got that. It feels awesome, and when you just fight in it, you're just battling your way through a fire pit. And Relento, the boss of the stage, is probably one of the coolest bosses I've ever fought. Though he is a weasel, dude. Don't get me started. But it's because he just throws so many grenades at the end. It's nuts. It's so nuts. I may have not played Final Fight 2 and 3, but damn, do I think a Final Fight fighting game would have been cool. But I'm glad we just have Final Fight Revenge, though I do want another one. The fact that Street Fighter 2 became the most influential fighting game of all time says something about the creation of Final Fight. If they didn't make Final Fight, Street Fighter 2 would have been completely different, or maybe just not exist at all. I remember playing Final Fight on the iPod in an app called Capcom Arcade Collection. I don't know if any of you know that, but that's just me. Yeah. Which of course discontinued, but damn, that was a fun game with so many arcade titles. But Final Fight was the game that I wanted to put all the tickets on. By the way, you get 10 tickets when you download the game, but you have to buy more, so I kept uninstalling and reinstalling the game to get more tickets. I made it to the beginning of the Uptown stage, which was the final stage of Final Fight, but I was never able to beat it. Though, when I finally got a PC, I got myself a chance to beat, and I did. I was able to perfect my run by being at least under an hour. And when I finally got my chance to play Final Fight on a real arcade cabinet, I finished in under an hour. The game just feels relaxing to me, like the world feels so still when I play Final Fight, that the world waits for me to finish this game and resumes again. It's like I'm the only one here playing Final Fight, and I'll have no better way to have it. Final Fight will always have a special place in my heart, in being one of the top 3 favorite games of all time. I'll talk about the other 2 later, but Final Fight as a game is very influential. I mean, it helped pave the way for all fighting games. I'm just glad that Final Fight characters are still kicking around in Street Fighter. But please, Capcom, we need a new Final Fight game. Now, I'm just gonna go on and just talk about just the many times I've been playing Final Fight. Whether it's on my birthday or it's just a random summer. But I always remember just being able to finish it without no interruptions. Even if there are interruptions, I'm not mad. It's one of the games I really just genuinely don't get mad about. I always have that nice, calm, relaxing attitude from start to finish. And when I boot it up again, it feels nice to come back to a place where I can call home. I know it's weird. I know it might be somebody that could be like, oh, what the hey? But I love it nonetheless. And I'm gonna share it with all of y'all. I love that alchemizing is a thing in this game. By the way, I learned alchemizing by an anime called High Score Girl, and I highly recommend that show. It's on Netflix. It talks about Final Fight. It's pretty cool. But I love all the unique little things. I love that each character has a unique mechanic. I love that it plays into later games of Street Fighter. Like, Cody's the only one who actually has a knife to pick up when you play as him. That's very cool. I very much enjoy that. But I just love Final Fight. This is the shorter video, but I just really wanted to say Final Fight just means a lot to me. And whoever is out there who also enjoys Final Fight, I hope this reaches out to you. No offense to others who don't play Final Fight, but whatever it is, if you like the video, I highly recommend playing Final Fight, or buying a copy, or going to Fight Kid just to play. Like, I want people more to care about this little game that, yes, it is influential, but Streets of Rage has outbeat it by far. More people like to play Streets of Rage than they do Final Fight. But I really want people to play Final Fight. I think Final Fight has something for anybody. Remember, games are tailored to almost everyone. There is a game out there for someone, whether you're old, young, starting out, or as a veteran. Games are meant to be fun first and foremost, and I think Final Fight is fun. I highly recommend playing Final Fight. I really do. I know I've said it before, but I just want to say it again. Please play Final Fight. I know, and I'm not asking much, but just, try it out. If you don't like it, that's fine. Beat 'em ups are not for everybody, but it's a nice game. You only need the directional pad and 2 buttons. Yes, that's literally it. So going out there, you troublemakers and you vigilantes, fight for Metro City. And I hope Cody gets into Street Fighter 6. I'm gonna be for real. Yeah, I hope Cody gets into Street Fighter 6. Like, why isn't he not here now? But I hope you have a good day, or a good night, or a good evening, or whatever. And I'll see you in the morning. Good night.